there's a new topic. New topic. Oh, yeah. So I started a long time ago. I started this thing. I don't know where I saw it. I think I saw it like off of Family Guy, American Dad,
Okay.
something that I took to heart apparently. I don't know where it is. I'm sure someone will find a clip of this and they'll know what I'm talking about.
They'll verify your claims. Okay.
I don't know, but it's a thing, and I do think it was American Dad, but I don't know, or Family Guy. But the thing is, it's a situation where you prepare, you act like someone in your life that you care about dies, and you don't speak to them, you don't look at them, you don't talk to them for an entire month, 2 months, 3 months. So when they actually go away, you're ready. And that's like, I don't know why I took that so seriously as a kid, but I did that for my mom. I did that for my dad. I did that for a lot of people that I like, that I know that I'd be genuinely broken about. Hell, I think I don't remember, but I might have done it for you and Ethan and Chris. Because I know I just did it for a lot of my friends at one point. Because I think I started in middle school or something. But yeah. I always feel like death, you shouldn't... I have this genuine thought that you shouldn't cry over a grave. I feel like... I know this is gonna be a hot take, but I feel like it's almost disrespectful of the person you're crying over. If I had any thought, any feeling, any way of sensing the outside world from inside my grave, yeah, I know I found it. If I had any thought or any feeling of sensing the outside world from my grave, I don't want my daughter, my wife, my son crying over a bunch of useless bones, over an urn with nothing but ashes. I respect and love that you cared enough to do this for me, that it brought you to actual tears. But I'm gone. I'm not coming back. Know that and live your life. Because regardless of what I died over, my time is up. Maybe I was taken early. Maybe I was taken late. But my time ran out. Don't waste your time crying over my time. It's done.
I will say, I do vastly agree with that. I think, if you spend your life crying over the people you lost, after a certain point, there won't be a single part of your day where you're not crying, because you're going to lose people, period. That's just how it goes.
Yeah.
However, I do think, death, even when someone's going to die, that shit hits hard. And I think people should be allowed to grieve. I can't expect someone to not cry over the death of someone, but there is a point where it's like that person would not want you to be in tears right now, because like you said, I'm sure if I passed away and my loved ones cried for me, there would be some kind of weird melancholy, I don't want to say joy because it sounds just like sadistic, but
it's bittersweet.
Yeah, I'd be like,
it shows you care, but at the same time, I don't want to see you upset.
Exactly. So it's like, shed your tears, but once they're shed, go live.
Go live.
I'm lucky, and I think there's, not everyone can say this, but I'm lucky at 20 that I have not really lost that many people. The only death I've cried about was my dog, because most of the family I know that has died are people I never met. So I have great aunts and great uncles who will pass away, and it's always a very strange feeling to wake up one morning and step outside and just see the rest of my family crying. I'll step out and my grandpa's in tears because one of his siblings passed away, and I'm like, I'm like, I wish I could feel more for you, but it's like, I just this I never knew these people.
Yeah.
But when my dog passed, that actually like fucked me up for a bit because, like I said, I hadn't lost anyone really at that point.
It was a first time experience.
Yeah, and I was there, like, so there was this one night. This is sophomore year, just about, and it was when I was dating this girl who was in Michigan, and we were in a call. It was me, her, and I think John Tez and another person. And I was just sitting at the laptop talking to them with my dog, Sasha. I was just chilling with her because I knew she had been getting sick lately. Then I was like, yeah, I think she needs to go outside. So I go take her outside, and it's cold as hell outside. It's probably like November, moving into December. And she just like stands there for a second. And I'm like, you good? And then she falls over, convulsing shit. She's drooling. And I'm like, holy shit. I started freaking the fuck out. So I scooped her up. I brought her inside. I was like wrapping her up. I was petting her. And eventually she calmed back down. Like she got stable. But it was in that moment where I was like, she's going to fucking die. And even then, when we went to the vet like the next day, and they were like, yeah, we have to put this dog down, I wanted to be in there to kind of comfort her. Because she, you're getting handled by some random fucking dude. But that, yeah, man. That when it was so weird. I'm sorry for anyone who might be listening who's sensitive to like death and stuff, but
this episode is serious.
Yeah, it was just so I could still see it. Is like it's a very vivid memory of like I'm glad it went fast for her sake, but just it's also kind of scary how good euthanasia is that we had like the shit we have to just kill things.
Right.
But it was just falls over, gone, and it hit. I was like, holy shit, that's it. And I just stormed out of that room crying, and it was weird because going in there was a bunch of people in the lobby with their pets doing stuff, all talking, and I stepped out and it was just dead fucking silence, just a bunch of people in a room averting their gaze from me because only I want to look at this kid crying. And even worse, there was a door like next to the door. I walked out to just leave the building to get to the car.
Right.
But I didn't realize it was there, so I walked through like the whole thing with just all these people, just like nameless faces, just averting their gaze from me as I cry about my dog. It was a horrible feeling, and like I think about that, and I'm like, I don't want to ever compare lives, but like the day like my grandpa dies, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. Like that's gonna stink because he's lived with us since I was in, I want to say, 4th grade. Like my grandpa's been more in my life than my dad's ever been in my life. Hell, in a lot of places, my mom even, because she was always working and my grandpa was the one watching me. So it's like the day he passes away, I think that's gonna be a rough ass few months.
It is death has a way of like getting through your barriers to the point like nothing else. So, back when I was in high school, I never told anyone this. One day I'm gonna have just my mom on the podcast. But she got hit by a truck. Yeah, she was driving on the highway. A truck hit her, sped off.
Whoa.
So she was in hospital, right? And she was in so much pain. She just wanted to go to sleep. And for some reason, they just couldn't keep her asleep, probably because of overdosing or something.
Maybe like a risk of comatose or something.
But she just didn't want to be lucid. And it got to a point where she was just like, I don't want to be alive. And I'm sitting there, and I'm in the hospital with her. My father's on my side. And she's like, don't say that. Your son's here. And she was in so much pain that I don't even think it registered to her. And in that moment, I thought she was going to die. I truly did. The doctor said that she was going to be okay. Thankfully, and it was going to be a long recovery, and it was a long recovery. But I thought she was going to die, not because of the accident, but just because she was going to give up on life. She was so hurt. And I kept it up. Like I didn't cry. This is, and then in my mind I was just like, don't, not right now. This ain't about you. Don't make her worry. Don't even bring attention to yourself. Just don't. And then I made it into the car. And then I was like, don't. Not in front of your father either. He doesn't need this either. He's just as affected. Don't. And then I made it to my room. And then I broke. So it doesn't matter. It really, and I'll still, to this day, try when both of them, anyone I care about passes away, I'll always try not there. And I'll try to hold it. But, man, it has a way of, like, regardless, it breaks through any preparation. And it's anything. Dogs, grandpas, fathers, it's the bond that matters.
It's true. Yeah, no, like, damn. This guy, how did it get so? We were talking about like you having 6 kids now, but how does it? This is like we just completed the circle of life essentially. That is crazy. I feel like this is like the second or third time this has happened in a recording where that's. Yeah, no, like, you know what? We're not even talking about it anymore. Let's get to something lighter. What?